Hello farmers and welcome back to Chambergo, fertilizing our grass fields. And don't worry, I already got the other one done, just got that one completed. So in the second of our grass fields, getting it fertilized, so we can cut the grass again in July and make our wonderful silage bales where we usually get about just under $60,000 every time we do so. So it's a nice bit of income. So yeah, today we should be getting into harvest season. I think barley will be first, probably in June. Is it June? If not June, definitely July. Also today we're going to be selling our soybeans. That price should be good next month or in July. We'll have to see. We got about $70,000 worth of soybeans to sell. As for the money, we're going to go ahead and keep it for now instead of putting it towards our loan that we have. Because you never know what's going to come up for sale. And I mean, if it paid off the loan completely, I would probably just give it to the bank, and that way we just get rid of the loan. But I still owe like 400 grand on that. So we'll keep the money. I think this year, financially, what we're going to be doing is, because we have a sunflower field this year, we're going to probably lease a sunflower header for that. And then, yeah, we'll see what else, how we're looking by the end of the season. Still looking forward to buying a planter for the farm as well. We got ourselves a drill, but a planter would be good. That way we can kind of mix up the crops a little bit. And now that we bought the oil plant last episode, yeah, definitely, keep on planting that canola. And I would like to get into sunflowers, but yeah, we don't have a planter. And we, like I just said, we don't have a header for it either. And I don't want to be leasing it every year, so I think we'll keep our eye on the sales page and see what comes up. That's why I want to keep the money from the soybeans because, well, you just never know. So yeah, today, finish up fertilizing this grass field. Then I just going to want to double check and everything, but I think we're all set. I think we got all the weeds killed off in all of our fields, so they're good to go. And then, yeah, we'll get to June where we could be harvesting on that. Oh, I do need to bring on down, I kind of forgot, the JCB is up at the sheep and goat pen. I need to get the wool and the goat's milk down to the respectable production building so we can keep on making the goat cheese and the fabric. I mean, it's not much of a rush to get it down there. I may actually do it in the early morning of June. But yeah, definitely want to make sure we keep up with that goat's milk because September is going to be the peak time to sell that goat cheese. Should not get to September today in the episode because that'd be a lot of work to get done. Especially when you got to cut these grass fields in July and then keep on doing what we need to be doing. See, I'm putting down the liquid fertilizer in this field. That way we get nice, even fertilization across the field, which helps us out not only in the yield a little bit, but also in our environmental score bonus. Want to make sure we keep up with that because better the bonus, the more money that comes on in. So overall, I think we're looking pretty good on the farm. Definitely have expanded quite a bit in the last year and a half with buying more land. And now with the oil mill going to be running this year, I do expect when winter comes some good sales to happen. We're still making the bread. The bakery is almost through the entire amount of flour that I had back logged for quite a while. The grain mill is still processing some wheat. So I don't know how much it would be to hire another worker for the grain mill. I don't remember how much I paid for that production, but we can have a peek to see how much it would cost to upgrade it if we feel the need to do so. And we might need to do so when we get to harvest season here in just a bit. Just got a few more passes here with the sprayer. You can definitely see with the sprayer, if you got the pulsating modular on the sprayer for fertilizer, you can see how well uniform the field is on fertilizer. Pretty much all the same color. I'm not sure if this entire field is the same soil type all the way across or not. Been a while since we looked at it. But this is one of the original fields that we had when we came here. Uncle Walter had already purchased this field, I do believe. Wait, did I buy this? I forgot what fields this farm came with. I feel like this is one of the originals. Yeah, it must be. I feel like it was. So I'm going to say it was. If I'm wrong, correct me down below in the comments. But I think this was one of the original fields. I think we had 2 original fields here. And then we've expanded since then. I don't feel like I'm going to be expanding on the farmland for a little while now. I'm still debating with that hilly grass field if I want to keep it or get rid of it. Just because working in it you know, it's getting better as we moved along, but I've been kind of complaining about it since, well, the first time we worked in it. What I would like to do, and I know I brought this up before, is buy another nice, you know, bigger field, maybe a flatter field, and make that just have one grass field, and I can convert this one back over to, you know, having wheat, barley, or sorghum, or what have you in here. But that's going to be on down the road. We got to get, you know, I spent a lot of money's coming in, but I spent a lot of money here recently, and I kind of need to just chill a little bit on the spending until we can get some of our finances back where they need to be. All right, so fertilizing is done. So let's go ahead and fold this up, bring this back to the farm. We'll double check on our properties here and make sure all the fields are looking good. Let's get rid of the mini map. Don't need that anymore. Our lovely Case combine. That combine has been doing very good work on the farm. That was a good upgrade a couple years ago. Just park this right in here. That's good. So yeah, our fields. Let's make sure all the weeds are gone here. So we'll go to here. So no weeds in this field here because that was plowed. The sunflower field weeds are gone. Weeds are gone. Weeds are gone. Weeds are gone. And our two grass fields are looking just fine. So everything's looking good across the board there. As for precision farming, I don't have to do any soil sampling. This field here, probably after next cut, you'll need some soil sampling. pH value, is the pH low? Actually, that looks like it's not too bad. Actually, it might be overdone in some areas and underdone in others. Kind of weird how that goes. But yeah, pH value is looking all pretty good. This one here, looks like we got bad soil. I just want to say bad soil, but different type of soil right here. That might be a little bit low. So maybe after next grass cut, these two will need some lime. But overall, this is good. This field here should be good, but for some reason didn't register the nitrogen in the last harvest. Been having that problem also quite a bit now on Kingley in that series. And I also had a problem previously with precision farming. Sometimes not registering the nitrogen in the fields. Don't know what's going on with air. This field here, well, that's the reason why the score is actually pretty good considering I haven't harvested this field at all yet. We just barely got this field, so I already got that up to 72. So that is not bad. As for the sheep, they got food, right? Yeah, they should be good. Plus, they got meadow grass. So I think we can go on through the night. Sale page here, yeah, nothing of what we are looking for. So we're going to call it a month and get to June and see what that's... Oh, wait, before we do, soybeans. What's soybeans doing? $10.39. Yeah, July is supposed to be the best price at $12.37, so we're a couple $100 under currently. Yeah, $70,000. That's before our bonus. And hopefully it will sell at the farmer's market because, well, I like going there. I have a good reputation with those people there, I suppose. Okay, but really, the reason why we sell at the farmer's market is because it's kind of like the nearest sell point, and it usually offers the best price on everything. So the money should go down a little bit, like 10 grand, maybe actually 12 grand, because we got property maintenance and all that. But yeah, we got our loan going on through. All right, we'll check the sale page, and, well, that's not really what we need there at all. Soybean price, what are we doing here? $11.96 and still going up, so it's just about there. Probably sell that this month. Meanwhile, do we have any crops ready for harvest here? I'm not seeing any. So let me just check this page here. So it might be just going right on to the next month, honestly. Well, the grass fields, they're in the first harvest stage, so we want to wait. But yeah, all of our other fields, we are waiting on. All right, so the one thing I need to do, we need to jump up to this JCB. Let me hit load up. And, yep, that one pallet didn't load, but we are taking that with us. Let's get this on down to those productions. Speaking of productions, let's just have a quick look. The bakery, yeah, it's only got 10,000 liters of flour left. The grain mill, yeah, it's not going through the wheat as fast. If I were to upgrade that, that would cost only $11,000 to upgrade it. Do you want to do that right now? I think we'll hold off onto that right now until we get to harvest season. I can afford it, but just barely. But if I wake up in July, I'm not going to have any money until I sell the soybeans, and I might need a worker right off. So Or do I just want to gamble? You know what? The heck with it. Let's gamble. I think I can get away without having a worker. So, yeah, the grain mill, because this wheat here, that's still quite a bit amount of wheat to get through, and we're almost into harvest season. So, yeah, we're going to upgrade that. So, double time on the grain mill. Double time on that. And now, in that way, the bakery, I don't want the bakery running out of flour either. But, I mean, we have what we have for crops. All right, so next stop, let's get on down to the production buildings. Let me turn on my beacons here for safety reasons. Production buildings drop off the wool and the goat's milk, and then we'll probably just kind of like fast forward to the day and keep our eye on the soybean price. I know I've said it before, but I love having this tractor on the farm. Makes the trips around the map so much quicker. All right, let's get this wool in. Do I even have a pallet out here? Nope. No pallets yet. We just sold them not long ago, and I probably haven't brought any wool down since I sold it. And now to the dairy production. So while I'm waiting for the soybean price to go up, I might as well just grab the Vultra, the grain trailer, get the trailer loaded up, and wait for that best price, because I think it's going to happen before I get to July. Did we get all of it off? Almost. Maybe if I like run up and hit the brakes, it'll slide forward or just hit the wall. There we go. That's all we need to do. Just bump the brick wall a little bit, or probably cobblestone. All right, we'll turn off the beacons. All right, and we'll get into the Vultra. Grain trailer, I assume, is going to be in that shed right over there. And we'll just sneak through this shed right here. And now we just got to find the soybeans. I think I can do this 2 trips. And let me go ahead and fast forward time. Sorry, I'm going to let that fill up. Soybeans at 12:02. And right now the best price is at the farmer's market. How nice of them. So I'll see you when the price is near its peak. Or at its peak, hopefully. Probably not the best way to be delivering some soybeans while it's raining out, but it's not that long of a trip. But here we are at the farmer's market. 9:30 in the evening hours. Just want to show you what the price currently is, and it went up pretty high. The peak actually was $12.68 compared to $12.37 last year. I will say this: these arrows, I've said before, don't trust them too much. The red down arrow came up when it was like at $12.48, and the price kept climbing up to $12.68. So, yeah, always be on the lookout for that. And yeah, the best price is here at the farmer's market. So it's good to see the bank account going up. Well, we will have another load of soybeans to deliver. I think it's going to be just shy of a full trailer, but it should all fit in one more go. But that is looking good. Oh, the one thing I did not have keep an eye on is the sale page, and the only thing they've added is a potato header, which is, well, something I do not need currently. All right, let me go back to the farm, grab the other trailer, and we will sell the last of our soybeans, which is a nice bit of income for the middle of, or the beginning of harvest season. And now for the second load, like I said, just shy, 90% full. So that got us back up to $82,000 in the bank account. It's going to make Uncle Walter a little bit more happier seeing that amount of money in our account. But yeah, that will wrap it up for June. So I'm going to head back to the farm, park this. Actually, yeah, this grain trailer can stay right in the Vultra. But yeah, we should be getting right into harvest in July. And I'm thinking the wheat and the barley both should be ready. A beautiful morning in July, and I thought I'd start off with just a little bit of fishing to start the day. Maybe catch some dinner, or maybe just catch and release. We'll see how it goes. Got myself a fish here. So, woke up this morning, and yeah, the oats are currently the only thing ready for harvest, so we'll get to that. Along with our grass fields, of course, but we'll do the oats first. And, boy, this little pond here really could use a good clean out, because I've been catching a lot of junk here recently. But I think this is the first time I have recorded myself fishing here on Chambergo. If you have not seen me fishing at all in Kingley, well, I haven't done much there either. I've been doing the productions on there, but yeah, as for fish startled. Okay, misclick there. Yeah, fishing is part of the Highland DLC. Part of the Season 1 pass, so you can buy the DLC separate. You can fish in bodies of water like we are doing here. And there we go. Let's grab. Hopefully we can grab a fish. I feel like I'm going to get myself maybe a rubber tire. Or maybe a rusty bucket. Will I catch a salmon or a trout? A gigantic salmon. For 400. Do you want to release the fish to the water or sell it for 400? We're going to sell it for 400 because, well, I could use the money. So, yeah, the fishing pole is only $150, so I just paid for the fishing pole right there. But that's a good start. Nice size fish in there. Not too bad. Anywho, let's go ahead and get ourselves to work. This is our canola field, right? Yes, one of our canola fields, along with other canola fields. So those should be ready next month. But as for July goes, this is what we have, and it's our oat field. So, yeah, we want to go ahead and get this harvested, get this, of course, down to the grain mill to start making some more flour. Speaking of, because I did not check, yeah, we're almost through the wheat. As the bakery still has flour, so that's good. That is still running. And hopefully we can get these oats down there soon enough to where the bakery doesn't. I expect the bakery to, at some point, to maybe catch up with everything, because I had a lot of flour backed up in it, but it's caught up now to it nicely, which means we're gonna have a lot of bread once again to sell. All right, our combine, the grain trailer and vulture are already set to go. Ooh, this is low on fuel, so let's go ahead and take care of that right away. Whoops. Gotta watch out for the rear end of the combine. And yeah, I gotta really get this in here just right to fuel up. Try not to climb up the wall too much. This might be my first time refueling the case. Alright, how about if I back up to this? Depending on where the nozzle or the area of effect is. There we go. Now we can fuel up. Hopefully I got enough fuel in there. If not, we can go ahead and buy some. As for the sale page, well, that no one really wants that potato harvester header currently, so that's just going to sit there, I suppose. I'm definitely not going to go ahead and buy it. So, yeah, our grass field will be cut in July. Make silage bales, of course. Oh, wait, what is this up here? Oh, yes, my soil sampler. All right, I'll have to grab that at some point. So our vulture's all set, ready to go. As for our crops, you can see the sunflowers, they got a ways to go. The barley, canola, and wheat, they might all be ready next month, so August is going to be really, really busy. The sheep. Did the sheep run out of grass? Well, they're into the meadow grass, so yeah, they're fine for today. And speaking of fine, we are fine on the fuel and the combine now. There is a deer in the farmyard. They're probably looking for some oats. So, of course, we will put the straw in a swath. We'll bale it up later on. Weather's looking pretty good right now. Don't see any rain in the near forecast. So actually I'm going to start over here at the corner, as I keep chasing the deer around the farm. Get the combine unfolded. I'm going to assume the last thing I think I did was soybean. So straw swath is probably deactivated. So let me go ahead and... I think I just turned it on. Okay, header activated. And there we go, a lovely swath of straw. So, of course, going to do the thing that we always do. How is the yield looking in this field? This yield is usually pretty good. Upper left-hand corner, you can see even better. We're at 117%. That's what we like to see in these fields. Good layer of swath of straw, which we're going to sell as well. We got to remember, though, I think in that field there, in the other corner, there's a straw bale at the end of the field that I kind of missed last year. So when we get picking up those bales, I gotta remember there's one that's off the field quite a bit. So usually I think with oats in this field we should get at least a full trailer, maybe not quite a second full trailer. Can't remember exactly how far we will get with it. But the more the merrier, because that just means more flour, more bread. And boy, this town loves its bread because we sold it all last winter. Every last loaf that we had. But I'm really looking forward to the canola harvest and also the sunflower harvest. Just because we'll be bringing it to the oil mill. Different production building that we now own. It'll be good to sell that stuff when November and then February rolls around. November for the canola oil, February for the sunflower oil. Have no use for it here other than to sell the oil as is. I'm not going to go any more productions to make the oil out into something else. I think that'd be good enough. Yeah, so like always, I think we'll just go ahead and turn on the radio, find some good tunes, and hopefully just rip through this field in no time flat. And then, yeah, we can go ahead and get some of these oats made into flour down at the grain mill. The one thing I was noticing while harvesting our oats here is I did not see any hail damage in this field. I want to take a look around after I get done here in just a couple more passes at our other fields. Is there any hail? Because this field usually gets a lot of hail damage. So I'm starting to wonder if we have not had any hailstorms since we planted last fall. Or did I plant these in the spring? I think I may have planted these in the spring. Getting confused what map I'm on. Yeah, these I must have planted in the spring. But obviously I had the canola fields planted last fall. Yeah, but no, I don't see any hail damage in this field, which is kind of unusual. As you probably saw, we got one trailer load of oats on down to the grain mill. And yeah, we're going to have maybe just like a 30 to 40% of a trailer load going on down to the grain mill for a second load of oats. Yeah, I really should have had a worker following behind me to bale up the straw. But, well, kind of late now, isn't it? I don't mind doing the baling, but, you know, if you can get a worker following behind you, that's always nice to have. Definitely when I do the wheat and barley fields, because those fields are going to be huge, we'll have a worker following behind us doing the baling. I mean, not to say this field isn't huge. But yeah, I don't want to be doing too much of the baling myself. Alright, so that is a harvest complete for oats. Let's go put this in our grain trailer. We'll get that delivered. Feels good getting all this stuff delivered, and because we just know it's going to mean a lot of bread in 6 more months. Oh, that's not what you want. Luckily, Uncle Walter did not see that. Alright, so while that's unloading, let me just check on the other fields here. I don't see any hail damage anywhere. So no hail damage here, no hail damage there, or there. It's been a calm spring, I guess, here in Chambergo for weather-wise. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to park this just out of the way. You know, I'll probably end up doing the canola first in August, so let me go ahead and bring this down over here. And also we'll close up the combine in case it does rain. Also, we don't want any birds getting down into the combine trying to grab any seeds. Although I don't know if birds would actually eat oats. That I don't know. Anywho, let's see what we got here. Just a little over 13,000 liters of oats. Alright, let's get this down to the grain mill and dropped on in. Yeah, probably a good idea that we upgraded the grain mill to stage 2, aka hiring another worker, because yeah, that wheat field and barley field would be pretty big. I want to make sure we get through as much flour as we can, just to make sure that bakery is running non-stop. I don't think I'm going to upgrade the bakery though if it gets too much flour again up to level 3, because right now the amount of fields that we have, I don't think it's necessary. It's going to get through it all in the 1 year. So we're going to park this up right here because I'll be ready to go for harvesting the canola in August. I should be ready in August. Now, not only do our grass fields are on the verge of needing to be taken care of with lime, I think this field here also is going to require some lime too. But right now what I'm going to do is get the Valtra over to where the mowers are, because that is going to be our next step on the farm, getting some farm work done. Yeah, harvesting the grass and of course baling it and wrapping it for silage bales. So when August comes, we'll have another $60,000 in the bank account. ahead and spin this around here. Do need to find a better way to park up my mowers, but right now this is the process I'm doing. Butterfly mower in the back, it just turns very quickly on you. Okay, we'll get this all set up right here. That'll be for next time. But I think I'm going to take another little bit of a break from doing some farm work because it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. But I'm going to run on down back to that pond, grab my fishing pole, and cast my line a couple more times. In the meantime, we'll just have a good look at our... this should be the wheat field right here. This looks like wheat. Is this the wheat? Okay, good. I got it correct. That is the wheat. And yeah, that should be a pretty good harvest. This field would be an exceptional harvest, I do believe. pH value is perfect and nitrogen is perfect. Well, pH value is almost perfect throughout the entire field. And of course, we got our sunflowers. Let's go ahead and have a look. Hopefully, they should have hit stage 2 by now, I would assume. So we should see all the sunflower heads popped up. Yep, there they are, all pointed up towards the sun. That's going to be some good oil when it comes time to sell that next February. All right, so the pond, I think it's just right down here, is it not? Hopefully I'm not getting turned around. Yeah, I think I'm looking right at it. Now, on Kingley for fishing, there is hot spots to fish in, which means you always catch fish. I don't know if there's going to be hot spots here or not. Because this is a modded map, so I haven't found a hot spot yet. But then again, I haven't fished too much on this map, honestly. Really, today is the first day I've been doing some fishing. Where is my bobber? Can't even... Oh, now I see it. It's out there. Just look at the bottom of the screen where it says wait, and it'll tell you when to go ahead and hook on to the fish. As for the fishing part that was introduced with the Highland expansion... a massive trout. $400 is good, but I'm going to go ahead and release that fish. I don't know if I get rewards afterwards. I think someone said if you keep releasing fish, eventually you'll get, if you release a certain amount of fish, you'll get like a huge reward after so many fish. And if you keep on doing it, the reward goes up when you hit a certain, like maybe 10 fish, then 50 fish, then 100 fish. I don't know. I haven't done that much fishing on Kingley either. But as for the fishing aspect of it, the offshore fishing and the production side of fishing, if you haven't been watching the Kingley series, that's the only series I'm probably going to do the offshore fit. Not sure what I just caught there, but I was doing the whole mouse thing. But that's probably the only series I'm going to be doing the production side of fishing, with making fish food, young fish, and then putting them out in the offshore. As for fishing like this, I will definitely be doing other series. For some reason, when the Highland expansion dropped, I was looking for rivers on this map. I kind of just overlooked this pond right here, so we can do some fishing here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, so on Kingley, I think I found 2 hot spots. When you're fishing at a hot spot, you don't catch the junk. Now, I also been told if you catch enough junk, you're basically cleaning out the waterworks area, and you'll get a reward after a certain amount of pieces of junk removed. Again, the fishing is all part of the Highland DLC expansion that came out about a month and a half ago. And we will release that fish as well. A little bit of money here and there is not too bad, but I'll just release them. I caught a few fish earlier, so me and Uncle Walter are going to have a good meal to have later on for lunch/dinner. Probably after I get done with the mowing of the grass fields. But our oat field is done and harvested. And all the grain is down there. So yes, the grain mill is going to go through that 42,000 liters of oats rather quickly. The bakery hopefully will get a surplus of flour into it. And that way when we get to the wheat and barley, we'll have a good amount in there to go ahead and make on some bread. Yeah, so financially right now, bread, we got $152,000 worth of bread currently. And we got this year's harvest to go. So, yeah, it's easily going to be a couple $100,000 worth of bread looking forward to that. And maybe, depending on what we get to by next spring, if I don't buy something with it, I'll probably just put it towards a loan and knock that on down. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. If you're still here, thumbs up button, thumbs down button, like, subscribe. Hit one or a couple of those, whatever you feel like hitting. Helps out the channel more than you know. Maybe not so much a down thumbs button, but I don't know. YouTube algorithm can be kind of stupid sometimes. But anyways, that's where we're going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Chambergo. But until then, have a good one.